How? This could be that thing you was talking about, like a candid conversations that we have. You could record it kind of like that.
Yeah,
like
true.
You could stand.
Maybe we could just have this as a
I'm creating. Look, I'm creating. Yeah.
Sorry,
you can stand the camera on the table and we just stand and talk about it like we're just talking about it.
What?
Sit down.
Oh, damn. So. Oh, okay.
Before we start, I just want to say,
What did we do
this week, when we went to the Arsenal Fan TV thingy,
that was quite
you was acting like a real fangirl.
Because I'm a fanboy. I'm a fanboy.
Fangirl.
I'm a fanboy.
Oh, Claude, Ty, can I take a picture of you?
Listen.
Oh, can I stand in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh.
But was you not doing photographer? So thank you.
But you were really fanning out.
Thank you for being my photographer. Like, you was excited, mate.
I wasn't excited. You were excited.
The pictures were nice. The pictures were really nice.
I made them guys look good. It was wonderful.
But you were really fanning out. I was so shocked.
Yeah, listen, anyone that can step in front of a camera, I'm a fan of them at the end of the day. And those
I
guys are
respect
entertaining, so, you know.
I respect that.
Speaking of entertaining, Anthony Joshua has provided me of enough entertainment for the next 2 weeks. This guy, ever since his Valentine's Day chair, has just been...
We need to call him Femi from now on. We can't call him Anthony no more. It's Femi Joshua.
Why is he Femi Joshua?
Because he's an African man. He's a Nigerian man.
There's a lot of African men that do not share that same opinion.
Yeah, they're lost.
I haven't met them,
they're not
but
real
they haven't
Wakandans.
shared the same opinion. Alright, let's clarify. What was the...
Well, he said the truth, and no, I'm joking. Like,
Whoa.
he said that he has sort of a hands-off approach with raising his son, but when it comes to his niece, he's very hands-on because he needs to raise her to be a nice, respectful woman. Who did he say that's going to be someone's wife one day? Yeah, a nice, respectful wife for somebody one day. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your thoughts? Because last time you were clouded. So
No. Honestly, that was his favourite chair, but let me move forward. I think, sometimes when you see someone on TV or whatever, you give them qualities, and this really shattered some of the qualities that I had of Anthony Joshua. Because he's so eloquent, like, he's not really an aggressive guy, whatever.
he's a boxer.
So, wait, I know, but I'm talking about...
What? He's not really a what guy?
Aggressive, but he's a
in
boxer.
how he comes across,
Beats people
no,
for a living.
you guys were the same guys that said, oh, Anthony Joshua is boring, like he doesn't come with the beef talk when he's like talking about boxing. Like
Did
when
you
he's
say that?
guys.
Did I say that?
Guys. Okay, hold on. Do you not want to say that on camera? Because I can say that back.
Did you say that?
Maybe off camera.
No.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, basically, let me reword that then. You guys are the same guys that have mentioned that he doesn't come with the same aggressive tone as other boxers when it comes pre-fight.
Yeah, he plays the humble guy.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
All I'm saying is that then I just
he still knocks them out though, but
He still beats the shit out of them. Like, at least it cost
I
me before the
think,
fight, before he beat the life out of me.
I think
That's me mentally retarded, but hey. And he was a sweet guy before the fight. Like, yo, he beats people up, of course he's aggressive.
No, but that's not, I know he's a fighter. I'm just saying in how he interacts with people. But I think if you raise, that's the thing, there's going to be a time when a boy or girl where you're going to have to provide, where you're going to have to cook, when you're going to have to clean. You shouldn't, in today's society, separate those two things, personally. And I don't think it makes you less of a wife if you have an opinion or if you're free.
I hear you, but he said nothing about. Can you say anything about cooking?
I don't get this conversation.
I'm not, okay, go on.
He just said he's more firm with the girl than the guy.
Yeah.
And he probably feels like the guy has to grow up and learn certain lessons.
Be a Jack the Lad.
And learn certain lessons.
Be a Jack the Lad, go on, man.
Experience that you might not maybe want the
I don't understand.
He needs to learn through.
But what I don't understand is that in today's society, there's no job that a woman can't do that a man can do. Like literally in today's society, there's situations where both of you can do this particular thing. So training them up differently means that you're stopping. I don't know. I just don't think it's realistic in today's society. I don't think it's realistic in yesterday's society.
Are boys and girls the same thing?
I think that in today's society, you're gonna have what are we really talking about here? In today's society, you're gonna have roles where every single role that exists in society, a man and a woman can do. You can have them as president. You can have them as leader.
Lady?
You can have that, like, you guys.
What about a lollipop lady?
Are you gonna raise your boys and girls widely differently?
Yes.
Are you gonna how? What's gonna be the major differences?
Similar to Uncle Femi.
Really? So you're gonna be super strict on your
not super strict, but I'll be more protective of my daughter.
Yeah, but see, you guys are using different words which mean different things. Like, what is going to be different? Because even Anthony Joshua, I don't think he really specified what is going to be different in how he trains.
He said his boy is a boy. Mm-hmm. He's going to let him be a Jack the Lad, but his daughter, or his niece, he's more protective of her because he wants her to grow up to be someone's wife one day.
Okay. Yeah. And I just think that
sounds good to me.
You guys are so annoying. Oh my gosh.
That's good to me.
I think that giving your daughter a curfew, because I'm gonna just use that as an example.
Yes.
Giving your daughter a curfew, totally support that. But your son should also have a curfew.
Yeah, but that's
because there's bad things that happen after nightfall.
Yeah, but he never said anything about curfew.
Please put that in because I think people.
If you have a curfew, it doesn't make you a good wife. You don't grow up to be a good wife because you had.
Cooking. His son may go to uni or may.
But now you're putting words in Femi's mouth.
No, but you just put words in his mouth.
No, I didn't.
You said that he wasn't talking about cooking. That's putting words in his mouth. That's suggesting that you know.
That's taking words
out of his mouth. That you put in his mouth.
No, but then, okay, can you guys give me, since you guys know Uncle Femi so well, can you guys give me one element of discipline that he's going to implement differently?
I can't, because I can only go from the interview.
All I'm saying is, from what I saw,
literally tiptoeing around.
I saw a uncle who has said that his son, he's going to raise him one way because he's a boy, and his daughter, his niece, sorry, he's going to raise her another way
to enable her to be a wife.
Yeah, to be a good wife.
What I'm saying is that what are those different ways? Because I think what everyone's assuming, and I know I'm going over, but I think what everyone is assuming is that maybe he'll allow the son to, do madnesses and go out and like whatever.
Just like his chair, we don't know.
So then,
we don't know.
Guys,
so it might be his favourite niece and his favourite son. We don't know.
All I'm saying is that it's totally fair to raise your kids in the way that you think is best. But I think in today's society, if you're going to put that, because I'm not even saying how he's raising the girl is wrong, but you need to be ready to raise a boy that same way because he's gonna have to provide for himself. He's gonna have to provide for himself. He's gonna have to know how to carry himself. He needs to know how to articulate himself. What qualities is he teaching a woman that he's not teaching a man? A woman, if you want to say that the woman shouldn't be too loose around guys, the same way the guy should be too loose around girls. Either gender can catch stuff. Either gender can have a baby earlier than they want. So I don't understand what you guys are saying. What is he saying that you teach a boy that you won't teach a girl, or you'll teach a girl that you can't teach a boy as a child when you're raising them?
Whoa. You know what, let me know, because I'll get myself.
We're just going to go around in circles.
Are you saying that? What are we talking about? Like, what? Just give me one example.
So if I was going to give an example, and of course this is just, thinking off the top of my head, So I would probably say in maybe their approach to relationships, when they're in secondary school, college, or whatever.
These are still kids, though.
Let me jump in.
No, but I'm just saying these are still kids. So the lessons, because Joshua's son, I don't know how old he is, but I'm guessing still a toddler. So I'm talking about at that age.
But let's say, for example, at that age, I have a son, and my son is, let's say he's, running around talking to all the girls and blah, 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 and he's, having all these wonderful conversations with all these little girls, all that stuff that kids do and all that, I think, people might laugh and be like, oh, look at him. He knows how to talk to people, knows how to interact with the girls, all that sort of stuff. But with a girl, traditionally, she's the one getting moved to rather than doing the moving to, if that makes sense. So I would be more focused on teaching the girl how to make sure that she carries herself correctly in certain situations and how to sort of try and pick up signs that certain man are not the type of man that she should be talking to. But this was just such a good week in terms of just people doing stuff in the scenes. Like, we had Be Young, he charted with Jumanji. Well, he had already charted, but it's now went top 20. Yeah, I found out what he looked like today. Blew my mind. Then we had Big Tobz. He managed to get signed to a Polydor, which is quite good. I think it's a long time coming.
Why'd you say it like that?
What?
he managed to get signed to Polydor. Like,
yeah, no, like, I think
like it just,
like, I think it's
like it was an
coming.
accident.
I think it's a long time coming. I've been listening to Big Tobz for a very long time. It was a long time coming. And last but not least, Hardy Caprio as well. He charted with Rapper. I think it came in at a production bring up its 34. So yeah, that was a pretty good achievement as well.
I'm chuffed about that.
Yeah, I'm happy for the guy, man. And Sneakbo, he had a bit of a turbulent week. He had the whole situation with Bellzey. If you saw that,
Yeah.
he's spoken about Bellzey on the NFTR interview, and then Bellzey came back with a diss track saying some very, very mad things on the song. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it too much. But
yeah, you were saying some very insane things.
yeah,
I don't know.
Crazy.
It just still goes back for me. It just goes back to the original thing. If he thinks all these things are Sneakbo, why did he feature on the song? That's what's confusing me.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
on the topic of Sneakbo, I listened to his intro.
Oh my God.
Just before we started filming,
Oh
I
my
told you
God.
guys to listen to it.
Jesus
And I said,
Christ.
before it played, I said to you,
Oh my
this is
God.
the hardest intro since
Oh my
Get's
God.
Freedom of Speech.
Oh my God.
Or even since Meek Mill.
That intro,
It's fire.
Mud.
it pissed me off.
Mud. Mud.
How dare you, Sneakbo? How dare you? have
The
such a
album's
good
very,
intro?
very good as well. I listened to it today. I never would have thought I'd find myself listening to a Sneakbo album.
Yeah, same.
But I actually took time and listened to it, and I was impressed. I can't lie.
But do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what pissed me off this week?
What pissed you off,
Okay.
Puddi?
So I wake up, yeah, I look at my phone, and I see GQ pictures of Skepta and Naomi Campbell. And I was like, rah, so Vogue gave Maya Jama and Stormzy the outside barbecue thing. Yeah.
This guy, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because how could Vogue take those kind of pictures of Stormzy and Maya Jama and then Skepta and Naomi? Did you see the pictures? The quality?
It was amazing.
Crazy.
The quality. Skepta was enjoying himself in the pictures.
Crazy. But Skepta's been
I bet
chasing
you any money,
Naomi for a while.
Skepta had a bone in them pictures.
Oh, come on, bro.
Skepta had a bone. Look at his face.
He's happy.
Look at his
He's definitely
face.
happy to be in her
He's
company,
like-
100%.
And
But
Naomi's
it looks
posing.
amazing together.
Naomi's posing. She's posing like a model, and Skepta just.
Yeah, but that's real though. I love
You lot
that.
move the cameras away.
I love
give me 10 minutes.
Skepta was roasted in them pictures, and she's modeling his underwear and all that sort of stuff. It was really good to see. What was it? A world-renowned model and a breakthrough.
Grime artist,
Breakthrough
yeah,
grime.
great
You know,
breakthrough. Yeah.
everyone was angry about that.
Yeah.
Breakthrough grime artist, yeah.
Doesn't he really?
And I just kind of did my Googles, and if you do your Googles, you know Skepta was nominated for Best Breakthrough, was it last year?
Yeah.
So he is a breakthrough grime artist. Check the Brits.
It's
check the
because
Brits
we've
Awards.
known him for so long.
Yeah, but if you check the Brits Awards, last year he was nominated for Best Breakthrough.
Yeah.
He is a breakthrough grime artist, okay?
But our
Like,
scene has known Skepta for
'cause
so
we've
long.
known him.
Yeah, of
But he's
course.
still just a breakthrough. You know what I mean? A lot of the people that are coming out now, we knew of them years
Yeah,
ago.
but they're just
like
breakthrough.
nearly everyone that's most people that are popping out, we knew about them years ago, but it's still a breakthrough thing. He's a breakthrough artist. You know what I mean? Someone like Stormzy, he has freestyles from back in 2010. Do you know what I mean? From like 8 years ago. Still a breakthrough.
Listen, on the Skepta note, I listened to his new tune, the cover, Look Alive, with Suspect.
Yeah.
And Skepta's my favourite MC.
Really?
Yeah. Skepta and Gets are
J
my
Hus.
favourite
Just
MCs.
sitting there, I'm like, wow. Okay.
No, J Hus is my favourite
How
rapper.
you gonna do me like that?
J Hus is my favourite rapper, but Skepta's like, of all time, Skepta's my favourite
Yeah.
like MC. Like, let me paint a picture for you. When Skepta was wearing Ed Hardy, I was wearing Ed Hardy.
Yeah, I remember them times.
When Skepta used to put a Louis belt around his thing as a tie,
Was it him who started that?
yes,
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
like Skepta anymore.
I was putting fake Louis belts from China around my
I
neck
know Skepta
as a
that started
tie.
that.
When Skepta had a high top,
Yeah.
I got a high top. Like, Skepta was someone that, honestly, that I looked up to. Like, that I can send production pictures to put up of me actually thinking that I'm Skepta. Like, that's how,
Please do.
like, Skepta's been through so many phases, and I've followed him through every single phase.
Might still
Yeah.
think past tense.
Because right now, like, recently,
How does this tie back into the Skepta Suspect song?
No.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. Right now, recently, I don't know what Skepta's on. Like, I feel like I've grown up, so I know not to do follow.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's kind of fallen off. Especially when I listened to that Look Alive, fam, I wanted to like go shop and give him a pack of lockets because his voice was sounding mad raspy for some reason. Like, he sounded mad different. I was thinking, bro, like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. Do you lot feel like Skeppy has always been ahead of his time with all these phases, or do you think he's fallen off?
Listen, Skepta, he's a creator, okay?
Yeah.
Skepta's a creator. He creates waves, yeah? He pioneers waves. He leads waves. There's never been any sort of wave that has been about that Skepta wasn't at the forefront in terms of UK, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Even prior to spitting, he was DJing and producing,
Mm-hmm.
like, do you know what I mean? So, for me personally, everyone's saying, I've seen it a lot, you know what I mean? Even with this new song where it's talking about homicide and all of that sort of stuff, yeah? Okay, the lyrics might be a little bit dark, okay? But he's been talking about shotting for years. Like, Skepta's been talking about all of this sort of stuff for years. He might just sound a little bit more dark how he's doing it, but he's been talking about this sort of stuff for years. Now, with him supposedly have fallen off, I don't see how.
Yeah.
So Skepta's at the highest that he's ever been. I think Skepta's at the top of his game right now. He's at the most popular I've ever seen Skepta be. He's got arguably the baddest chick of all time. Like, I would assume he's doing pretty well with his fashion stuff, his fashion ventures that he's venturing into. He's had his best hits in recent years in terms of chart success, in terms of awards. I haven't seen him be nominated as much as he's getting nominated now, even without even putting music out consistently. So I'm struggling to see where the fall off is, because I'm just seeing a rise right now. So where is this fall off?
I don't think it's a fall off. I think about him. Yeah, I feel like with the Doing It Again album, I feel like that was a bit of a Yeezus. Like, I think it threw his fans for a loop. So anytime you do something that's different creatively, because there was a lot going on in that. He had that song with the girl from EastEnders, Cross My Heart. He had what else did he have in it? He had All Over the House. Just watched that watched the video for the first time today.
Where have you been?
Whoa.
Where have you been?
Bro, I only heard it. I didn't okay. Anyway, so there was that. There was Amnesia, but I like that. Yeah, like, I feel like when you're coming from freestyle Skepta from 2008 to now, that's just a massive change. And I think anytime you change your music drastically, your homegrown fans are gonna feel like, shit, he's on something. Like, he's doing something. He's mad. He's different. But he's being creative. Like.
Okay. I hear what both of you are saying. He's being an innovator, he's being creative, he's getting awards. But who is Skepta is what I would say to it. So you're talking about when Skepta first came in the game, he was doing freestyles, etc. Then he made his first album, which was very grime. Then he made another kind of grimy song with some commercial songs on there. Then he switched it up completely. So it's like, I feel like, as a big Skepta fan, I don't know who Skepta is anymore. Like, Skepta can do anything at any point. Skepta on Ace Hood Flow said, the UK has run out of ideas, everyone's doing covers of American beats. Yeah. And then Skepta did a cover of an American beat.
But no. Let's not take and mince and skip and just fix what he said. He said, too many man come in the game for 2 minutes, shoot 2 videos, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, 1. And he said, I've been keeping the ears to the streets, the UK run out of ideas. Everybody's doing covers of American beats.
Yeah.
From those lyrics, what he's saying to me personally is he's talking about newcomers. Skepta, when he made that song, Ace and Flow, he established the fact that he's an established artist and he's at a certain level, and all of these newcomers that are coming into the game cannot chat to him. Skepta can do what the fuck he wants, yeah? And Skepta is telling people, you man that are coming in the game for 2 minutes, yeah? Just doing it for 2 minutes, trying to quickly chase fame, yeah? And doing covers of all of these beats, not bringing anything fresh to the scene, you lot fuck off. He didn't say nobody should do covers of American beats, nor did he say that everyone's run out of ideas. He said I've been keeping the streets. The streets in the UK run out of ideas. That's how I interpreted it as personally.
Okay.
I don't think he was saying that nobody should do covers of American beats.
Yeah.
That's not what I took it as. He was coming at the newbies.
On I'm doing it again on his last track, he talks about the fact that he's a Gram MC. He's not going to change, but he's going to do it his own way. So I feel like just moving ahead, it kind of justifies every move he makes. Like he's starting wherever he wants to start and he's doing whatever he wants to do. And we're also forgetting he's having a lot more influence. That's what artists do when they grow. Like he's gone from he still has Jamie and stuff like that on his track, which is amazing. And I think that shows hasn't changed that much. But he now has Pharrell.
The song with Pharrell is garbage.
Okay. I feel like that is a jump.
It's garbage.
Numbers was a tune. Oh, come on, let's not do this.
It's garbage.
And maybe it's just not what you expect of him. Maybe
Let me ask you this. What's your problem with the new Skepta?
What's my problem with the new Skepta? I feel like he contradicts himself. I feel like it's very, very dark. I don't know what to expect.
But how is it darker than... Oh, sorry.
This is coming from me who's followed Skepta since Lord of the Decks freestyle. His first ever freestyle from deciding he's going to MC. Like, I followed Skepta the whole way through. And now, even when Chip and Young'un were beefing, and Chip shouted out Skepta, and then Devilman got involved. Skepta made a tune, and the first 2 lines of the tune was, "I don't know why Chip mentioned my name," and it was like he was sending for Chip, and I was thinking, why are you sending for Chip? Like, he didn't send for you, he just shouted you out. So I don't know what Skepta's on. Like, Skepta will say, "Oh, I threw all my Gucci away, I threw all my Louis away," but he's still on that high-end fashion stuff as well. So I don't know. He'll say, "Oh, I quit smoking." Then he'll say, "Oh, I started smoking again. Then I quit smoking." Like, I don't know.
That's updated, isn't it?
I actually don't know. As someone that's, like, I keep saying, I followed him for so long. I don't know what he's on anymore. Like, and with all these accusations of, like, him taking drugs and stuff like that. Like, I don't believe all of that.
Yeah,
that's just accusations. Accusations are just accusations. People say that about everybody.
He's become, I feel like he's become very erratic. He's become very, very erratic. And he's gone through so many phases that it's just like, I honestly can't keep up anymore. And I don't feel like Konnichiwa was a strong body of work.
No, I think it was.
I think Blacklisted was his best body of work.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna have a peak.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna have a peak.
But you're saying he's at his peak now. That's what you're saying, and you're saying that he's continuing to innovate now. But I'm saying that now, I don't know what he's on.
I think he's on his peak in terms of things outside of music right now.
His peak of his powers, his peak of influence, and his peak as Skepta's a 35-year-old man. Like, he's a grown man, and he's got to the point where he's not going to be the same as Skepta when he was 25.
I don't expect him to be the same because he's never been the same.
He's grown into something that you, as a fan of the younger Skepta, just can't accept.
No.
Like, it sounds to me like you're clinging.
No.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Because Skepta's gone through so many phases that it's not a surprise to me when he changes. But it's a surprise to me when he goes back on himself and he says, "Oh, I don't smoke." Then he says, "I told AJ or whoever passed the weed in." So it's like, okay, like, Skepta's gone through phases. I will never, you can't run away from that. Yeah. Skepta's gone through wearing a duppy hat to flipping, like I said, Louis belt, to wearing mad Ed Hardy, to wearing a flipping being sponsored by Sports Direct. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I followed him through all of that to the point where there was Underdog Psychosis, to when he was working with Diddy doing Hello Good Morning. Like, I've been fanning Skepta, like, all through that period. Like, it's nothing. Like, I understand that he changes. Even I liked Bad Boy.
Yeah, that was a banger.
I liked Bad Boy. I liked Rescue Me. I liked flipping
Amnesia.
I didn't like Cross My Heart.
Cross My Heart was fire.
Whoa. Like, Skepta's always been that guy that can facilitate stuff like that. Like, he can make tunes that that just relate to everyone. He made the Oynama Sikidem, like relating to the Turkish people. Now, Skepta's always been on that. So it's not even the fact that I can't accept that he's changed or I want the old Skepta back.
That's what it sounds like.
No, my point is...
Sounds like you can't relate to the new Skepta.
My point is I don't know who Skepta is.
But, like, does he have to be what you want him to be?
I never said I want Skepta to be who I want him to be. Okay. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't
I
know who
do
Skepta
not
is.
know who Skepta is. I don't know what he stands for. I don't know his morals. I don't know his stance on anything. I feel like all throughout his career up until this point now, I knew what he was on. Like, I understood him.
Is it his job as a creative to give you these things? One. And two, how do you know the things that you believe that... Whatever you believed he was on before, yeah, whether... One, you could argue that, how do you even know that that's what he was on before? Maybe that was him being creative. Or two, maybe he's just grown and changed.
So you're saying that with this new phase of Skepta, you don't like how dark it's got? You're not vibing with that?
I just don't know what he's on.
Okay.
That's my point. Like,
okay.
I don't know what he's
When
on.
he went on an interview with Rosenberg, Hot 97, he talks about some of the tragedies he went through, and I think that was just before the Konnichiwa album, and so I'm pretty sure he inspired it, but he speaks about, losing a child, miscarriage, his relationship ending, and a close friend of his dying. It's gonna be dark. Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you feel like you can't? Why is it gonna be dark?
Yeah.
Because he just suffered some real shit. So because what he was talking about before was
as a creative, yeah, what you're going through, your life is going to influence your work.
But you just said to me, the things that he's saying that he's on, he might not be actually doing them. So you're saying that his music might not be a
but I don't feel like...
that's not what I said. No, I said that you could argue that the Skepta from before, yeah, might not be the Skepta for today because what he was before might not have been the real him. This might be the real Skepta.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to say, sort of going on Koi's point, with all of the things that Skepta may have gone through quite recently. He's gone through a lot, do you know what I mean? I didn't even know about all of these things. And that just makes me feel like you're even being unfair to him as a fan. Like, because I'm sure as a fan of Skepta, you probably know that he went through some of these things. Mm-hmm. And you're a fan of his, and he's gone through these things, and you're not giving him the right to express it in his music.
I never said don't express it in your music.
But you've spent a good 5 minutes saying to me, I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is anymore. Yeah. I don't know who he is anymore. Yeah. But you know the stuff that he's gone through. So maybe what he is a reflection, in terms of creatively, a reflection of the stuff that he's gone through in his private life. Maybe you do know what he is and you just don't like
it. But some of it I can tell it is, but some of it I can tell isn't. For example, Shutdown was after all of that, and Shutdown is a good song. Shutdown's like an upbeat song. Shutdown's not dark. Shutdown makes no references to anything of his personal life. So he can, even That's Not Me as well. So he can separate himself from those situations and make any kind of music. Skepta's always been versatile. So it's not about I'm not allowing him to do this or that. It's the point that I'm making the same point. I don't know who he is. Like, he can wear women's clothing all of a sudden. Or he can just do...
But
I feel like he's become very erratic.
I feel like you guys are looking at Skepta as an individual, as one person, not actually accounting for the fact that music in general has changed. Like, you're not deep in the fact that a lot of musicians do wear clothes that you lot would deem as female. And I also feel like we're actually underestimating the fact that I literally, when I was just like researching this topic, I was deep in how much of a pioneer Skepta is. Like, on Konnichiwa, like, I need to take a second before I say that word, Konnichiwa. I think he actually has a bit where I think it is Chip calling him and explaining to him why he mentioned why he brought up his name, and he was really complimentary and talking about you got a calling, like. And when I think about Skepta's works with Diddy, Pharrell, like I feel like sometimes with people like Skepta, you don't appreciate the moves they make until you look back. And I feel like that's what it's gonna be like when maybe you don't understand now because it's at the beginning of this new phase.
Him working with Diddy, I understand that.
No.
Him working with Pharrell, I understand that. Like, that's not like I don't have a problem with that.
No, I know you do, but I think, are you saying that you like his music, you just don't know what he stands for
I don't have
anymore?
a problem with his music. Like,
okay.
Some of his music.
Okay.
Like, for example, the
Don't
Look Alive.
contradict yourself.
I'm not contradicting
Yeah.
myself. The Look Alive cover.
Sorry.
That, for example, I don't get that.
What don't you get?
I don't get the way he sounds. His voice has changed. His voice has changed. Listen to the song. He sounds completely different. He doesn't sound like Skepta. And that's if there's one thing that's been consistent with Skepta, it's his voice. And that's one thing that I've always liked about Skepta, is that you go on about clarity and stuff like that. Skepta is very clear. Skepta doesn't try his best with... Skepta can say, them man are soft like ice cream, and I can say, that's a fucking hard bar. And it's the most basic bar ever. But that's the power that Skepta has.
Yeah, mad confident in his
But now, I'm going to end up repeating myself, but I genuinely just don't know what my man, like, what he's on right now.
This week we're starting with Lady, say the name, because I always...
Leshurr, Leshurr.
I say Lady Leshurr, that's what I say.
Lady Leshurr.
Yeah, Lady Leshurr.
Hey, Lady Leshurr.
What do you say?
You said leisure, no?
No, I
Oh, I thought you said leisure.
This is Hardy Caprio.
I thought you said leisure. I'm sorry.
And Lady Leshurr.
Okay.
No, Lady Leshurr, fuck me, what's the song called?
New Freezer, it's a
Yes,
cover.
New Freezer,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, Lady Leshurr, New Freezer. Let's go for...
I loved it.
Koi, yeah, of course.
I loved it. Do you know what it was? I feel like she bought R.I.P. Like, I thought she bought R.I.P. Lady Leshurr. I thought she bought...
Badown.
I think she bought Lady Double L to the situation.
Double L?
Yeah, Lady Leshurr.
Lady Double L. Jesus Christ, how are this? Bomba class. Lady Double L.
My fault is that I didn't own it. Yeah.
Lady L.
Let's edit that one. Yeah,
rats.
I actually really liked it. I feel like she bought, like, she always brings energy, man. And I feel like it's a level up from her Queen speech as well, which I actually liked as well. So yeah, I'm excited about her. Retweet.
Oh, yeah.
Also, me.
Let me
DJ
pause myself because I
Matthews.
already know what you guys are going to say in my head.
Matthews, it's your turn. Oh, yeah.
You guys already know how I feel about Lady Leshurr, so it's a retweet. And then she used the Gets flow, and you know how I feel it, like Gets is my guy. She used the Gets flow. I just need Leshurr to drop a project, and I need her to drop her own music now. Yeah, the covers is enough now.
Okay.
Let me just take a deep breath for Puddi. Okay.
Your breath taker?
Yeah.
Yeah, delete. Okay. It's a delete for me.
Oh, Puddi.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
This is like, yeah, you've got a football pitch, yeah?
His analogies.
You've got Koscielny, yeah? Pass it to Mertesacker, pass it to Monreal. Monreal keeps in the corner, yeah? Pass it back to Koscielny. Do you know why? Because he's playing it fucking safe. Like, Jesus Christ. Lady Leshurr has not challenged herself in how long now? Like, when I heard this, I didn't think, oh, this is garbage. No, that's what I'm saying. I felt like, okay.
What now?
What now?
Yeah.
So are we pushing this for the charts? Oh no, we're not pushing this for the charts. This is just something to remind us that you can still spit. We know you can spit. We know, you've been showing us for time. Where's the push now? Like, you know what I mean? Next song, we have got
Knucks and Notes.
featuring Notes. Hooper. Let's go with DJ Matthews. Let's say this.
Everyone's retweeting it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Everyone's retweeting it.
Let's see if I retweet it.
You're gonna retweet it because you're not mad.
Let's see if I retweet it.
Like Knucks, what a guy.
Yeah.
Like he's bringing something different. I think it was Hyle that actually put me onto him, and then we were talking about it in a group, and then you posted his song as well. Like, I just think he's authentic. I think he's sick.
Notes has more work rate than Rico Strong.
I'm saying.
Like,
Bro, who's Rico Strong?
I don't know, but I'm assuming.
that?
I'm assuming.
Retweet.
Who's
Is
Rico
that a
Strong?
porn star?
Yeah, it's
'Cause
porn star.
I knew it would be a porn star. It's Puddi.
Look at the guy like you didn't know who Rico Strong was. Anyway, yeah. He's gonna be watching with his friends like, oh, I knew that was.
Rico Strong.
Listen. Anyway, what I was saying is, straight retweet for me. Well, I can't lie. When I saw Knucks and Notes, I was like, "This is a banger." I didn't even say the song yet. I was like, "Oh shit!"
You're one of
fire.
those guys on the YouTube comments.
Yeah,
I ain't even pressed play, but this is fire.
The song's still encoding. I'm typing the comment already. Your Microsoft Word ready to copy and paste. Yo, this shit fire. Listen, it's a winning combination.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? Knucks is sick.
Yeah.
He's got bars.
Yeah.
Knucks has got everything. People will try and compare Knucks to A2, yeah? I just feel like, yo, I've got space for both of them on my phone. I don't care what anyone has to say.
Yeah, definitely a retweet for this. This was good. I really enjoyed this Knucks guy. Knucks?
Knucks, blood fire. Jesus Christ, I want this.
I'm so good. Wait, hold on. Knucks.
You said Knucks.
Wait, everybody in production, let's cut that part out. One mistake a show is okay. This is too much.
That's 2 mistakes now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We have to cut that. We have to bring the balance back down. Okay, cool, yeah. It's like, forgive me. Ah!
You know what, let me not give an introduction because then it might give away what my answer's going to be. Dave.
Retweet. So,
Dave, Hangman. And this is quite so excited to talk about it.
no, 100. Do you know what, yeah? I don't know what stressful week I was having in it. Because at one point in this week, yeah, I thought I was thinking to delete. I thought, it's Dave doing Dave, innit? But I'm forgetting the talent that goes into Dave doing Dave. So for me, 100% is a retweet. 100%, man. Well done, Dave. That's it.
What's it?
What do you mean? Like, it's a retweet. What the fuck?
I was thinking so good. I noticed you don't like songs with certain tones sometimes.
Nah, Dave is.
Listen,
he addressed the stop and search thing. Like, he mentioned the poet, and Chucky bar, the breakdown of the beat at the end and his vibes.
yeah.
But Dave's the guy. Like,
Vetch is here, yeah. An on-point Dave, lyrically, is in the tier below him, yeah. And I will go on camera and say it now. I think an on-point Dave is probably the level just below Retweet in terms of lyricism.